You're tuning in to the OMFL News. Good afternoon from good old Dayton, Ohio. Good afternoon. This is Brady Sr. bringing you the OMFL News. Let me just say, it's not noobs. It's news. And if you have a problem with it, just have a problem with it. I don't give two shits. We'll be back after this. You're tuning in to the OMFL News. Good afternoon from good old Dayton, Ohio. As you have heard, guys, D-Money is now with the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, he went from Julio Jones to DeAndre Hopkins, and he has a nice young core at his disposal. I mean, what the fuck were we thinking? I mean, come on. Come on, Nate. Come on, admins, board. Did you really want to give this guy an opportunity to move to a contender right out the box? I mean, were you guys smoking when you made that decision? Who knows? We'll see what the season brings. You're tuning in to the OMFL News. Good afternoon from good old Dayton, Ohio. All right, guys, welcome back to the OMFL News. Let's check this out here. So the power rankings were released live from the Press Live last week. And the question is, are they good or bad? That's for you to decide. But let's just kind of roll through what we have. Number 1 team, the Cowboys. Number 2 team, the Eagles. Number 3 being the Chiefs. Number 4 being the Buccaneers. Number 5, the Cardinals. The man that has won 7 straight Super Bowls in the OMFL. You give him number 5. Good luck with that, fam. You just pissed off a very angry dragon. Then, of course, you finish it off with the Steelers at 6. The Vikings at 7, the Giants at 8, the Titans at 9, and the Seahawks at 10, rounding out the preseason power rankings. What are your thoughts? You're tuning in to the OMFL News. Good afternoon from good old Dayton, Ohio. We're talking about the Chicago Bears right now and the Smash Club, all right? Right now they have a problem, and it's at quarterback. You have Nick Foles and you have Trubisky. I mean, that's not a Super Bowl caliber choices there. Well, one of them, but Trubisky, I mean, bitch, please. That boy couldn't even throw me a loaf of bread right now if I asked him to. But I mean, Smash has got some decisions to make. I mean, do you go with Foles, who I couldn't stand in Jacksonville, and I shipped him out fast as hell. And then you have Trubisky, who has just been up and fucking down his whole career. With maybe a year to 2 years left, Does he still have enough to get over the hump to secure the starting job? Stay tuned on the next OMFL News. You're tuning in to the OMFL News. Good afternoon from good old Dayton, Ohio. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the OMFL News. Now we are about to talk about coaching staffs. I said coaching staffs. Listen, so Nate and the guys came up with this newfangled idea that they will bring in some coaches, give some additional abilities, and help teams out. Listen, man, I'm all for the new, the new idea. I back it 100%. But, bruh, if you hate it, D-Money, D-Wayne, Mo, and the boys that win all the time before, you gonna hate these motherfuckers again with this coaching staffs. Like, you gonna hate these guys because they will continue to win with additional help. Like, these boys don't need no more help. None. You're tuning in to the OMFL News. Good afternoon from good old Dayton, Ohio. What's good, everybody, man? We back here on the OMFL News. Listen, man. Listen. We talking about these damn trades. We talking about these trades, man. I mean, listen. We got Jordan Lewis from the Cowboys and a second-round pick from the Cowboys going to the Browns for Carl Joseph and a second-round pick. Like, why in the hell are we trading with the Cowboys? Trade with somebody that needs some love. The Dolphins, the Jaguars. Hell, I even think the Bengals could use a little something. A little something. But anyway, man, I mean, we got a lot of trades that was popping off this week already way before the season even gets kicked off. I think the Chiefs and the Giants had a trade that we ain't even gonna fucking talk about. Like, we just ain't gonna talk about that shit. You're tuning in to the OMFL News. Good afternoon from good old Dayton, Ohio. All right, guys, welcome back to the OMFL News, man. Before we wrap up this show, man, I wanted to do something a little bit softer tone because right now one of our own, Maniac, is going through some life altering situations right now that's medically impacting his life. So if you guys can make sure you reach out, show your love to my boy Maniac, and let him know that your prayers are with him, and hopefully we get him back in full capacity with full health, and that way he's able to enjoy those ass kickings that are coming his way when he's all well and better. But I hope I just didn't put a bullseye on the Jaguars' back. But if I did, bring it, son. Bring it. But other than that, man, hey, prayers are up, and we gonna do this for you, man. OMFL strong, man. So hopefully everybody reaches out and show you a little bit of love. Peace. You're tuning in to the OMFL News. Good afternoon from good old Dayton, Ohio. Good afternoon. This is Brady Sr. bringing you the OMFL News. Let me just say, it's not noobs. It's news. And if you have a problem with it, just have a problem with it. I don't give two shits. We'll be back after this.
This is the OMFL.
You can't touch this.
And you're in the mix with Kinda Real Name. Here's another OMFL production.
All right, what's up, everybody? It looks like I just had a little bit of lag. I don't know where that came from, but hopefully that does not come back. But welcome to Press Pass Live. I hope that you enjoy the OMFL news. Brady's been working hard on those, and they seem to be something that everybody seems to be enjoying, even though they was long as hell today, Brady. Jesus, 12 minutes. Not too bad. I mean, a good 10-minute buffer to get everybody time to get in here is not too terrible. So thank you again, Brady, for being able to do those. I got my buddy with me today. Mr. Rob has made time to come in here and hang out with me. How you doing today, Rob?
Yes, sir. Good. I'm happy to be here. Happy to trying to clock back in and get, ramp back up the engagement. So happy to do this.
It is it's about that time, man. I'm glad that we're kind of rolling and getting going here. And we're going to jump right into it. No fancy menu tonight. Well, just because there wasn't enough to talk about. So what we're going to do is we're going to just look at the preseason schedule, talk a little preseason football, and then talk a little coaching schemes, or I should say coaching staffs, and then open up the mailbag, which I don't know that we're going to have a whole lot in the mailbag, but there's just not a lot to talk about. I'm just trying to get back into the routine, and I figured, you know what? Coaching staff is going to be a hot button topic, and I'm trying to get my mics right where I need them. I know they block the fancy OMFL what's the word I'm looking for? Not t-shirt, but that's not the word I'm looking for. Oh, jeez, I gotta stop doing these so late at night. I'm so mind numb dead. Oh, it's football season too. Like, I even forgot football is back. I even watched a Dallas Cowboys football game. That is how desperate I am for some football. I watched a Dallas Cowboys game. So it's football. Happy National Football Day. Let's jump into it. Season 91. Preseason is here. And we're going to turn the chat off because we have a little bit of chat in there with Mackie and Brady, but not a whole lot. But week one, there was some crazy matchups. I mean, we've seen Philadelphia beat the Indianapolis Colts 34-2. That's a real score. I know it doesn't sound like a real score, but that is a real score. The New York Jets lost to the New York Giants 44-14. That's right. Our buddy Mo hung 44 on Tim. Welcome back, Tim. We hope that didn't hurt too bad and felt pretty good. Jacksonville Jaguars fall to the Carolina Panthers 16-28. I think Brady, you have to let me know in chat. I think Brady played the CPU because I don't think Maniac has been around. The Detroit Lions fall to the New England Patriots 29-14. I know that was a CPU game. The Las Vegas Raiders beat the Seattle Seahawks 30-20. Let's look at that game and kind of break it down just a little bit because we got nothing else to talk about. So we might as well talk about these games right now. Not a lot of rushing yards in this one, 86-58. I think I heard Pepper say it was pretty fun when all of the starters were in and then backups got in and things kind of went haywire and got a little crazy. But 253 passing yards to 227, 14 first downs for both of these teams. 4 turnovers for the Seahawks, 2 for the Raiders. And I think that's key to football. It's just pretty plain simple. That's not earth-shattering revelation, but it is going to be key for season 92. Who can keep from turning the ball over and who can get enough turnovers to really make the other team pay. And then the time of possession was pretty even, 39 to 19, 21. Look at a few stats leaders. It's weird to see Mariota on the Raiders. I'm still not quite used to that. Personally, now I have to look at Mariota's stats. I haven't seen them, but personally, I think I would play Mariota. He's going to add that mobile quarterback to you. Look, Derek Carr is a really good player, so you've got 2 really good quarterbacks, but Derek Carr is just slightly older than Marcus Mariota.
It's a pretty big discrepancy.
Is it that bad?
Yeah.
Holy cow. Okay, well, scratch that. Marcus Mariota did have 2 touchdowns, though. He did throw 2 interceptions. Wilson also had 2 interceptions on the day, but 215 yards from Mariota. So I don't know how badly his ratings are, but he didn't play too terrible here. Carlos Hyde going over to the Seattle Seahawks, 9 for 35. Jalen Richard, 8 for 33. And the guy that I can't wait to really watch when this thing gets going is Josh Jacobs. He was a ton of fun to watch today. I hate the Alabama Crimson Tide, but it was fun to watch him in the NFL. Do you think he's going to have a good season here in the OMFL?
Yeah. Last year at the start of the cycle, Jay Bowles stuck with him when he was 85 speed, and he's 87 now with Superstar. And while speed boosts are certainly rare, they're not as hard to come by as previous years. So I think he's going to grow into. I could definitely see him getting a +1 speed boost at least this season, another one next year, and then he's like, what more do you need? 89, 90 speed. I think. So to answer your question, it was a long way of saying it, but yes, I can definitely see him growing into a top flight running back. Maybe not this year or next year, but he's close.
I don't know if the Raiders were just flying to the ball or if the Seattle Seahawks offensive line is just complete poo-poo, but 4 sacks for the Raiders, 4 sacks given up by the Panthers, and the Seahawks, and this one comes away with a 20-30 victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. The Miami and Atlanta played to a pretty close game. Looked like they played twice, 24-31. We'll quickly scan this one for something that might stick out. Again, I didn't look at any of these. I figured there's not going to be a whole lot to talk about. It'll be interesting. Ross has to play Tagovailoa. There's no way that you don't play that kid. But is he going to have the normal bumps and the normal like stuff that rookies go through. They do have Matt Breda. I don't know how to say it. Anyway, one of the leading rushers in the OMFL. Do you think you get the same kind of production that you've seen with Tennessee?
I actually think yes, because knowing Ross, that man pounds the rock more than anyone. Like,
He absolutely does.
like Tua, I know that they just drafted Tua, and Ross probably loves Tua, but Tua's probably going to average like 14 or 15 pass attempts a game, at least in games that he wins. So, with that being said, the attempts got to go somewhere, and looking at Breida versus Jordan Howard and Kalen Balaj, I would pick Breida, but I guess we'll see. I could definitely see Ross doing everything he can to work a trade for like Derrick Henry, get another Alabama boy there. Since Ross arguably loves Alabama more than you love LSU, so.
This is true. Mackey says he doesn't think that people play 100% in the preseason, that all those blowouts, except for theirs against the Cowboys, you can count as a massive.
Oh yeah, especially week one when the starters
lives matter.
They do, but we love Mikey, but he does have a point when the starters are literally playing one quarter. So
no, totally. Baltimore comes away with a 27-15 victory over the Bills. Tampa Bay and Pittsburgh 36-34. This looked like it might have been a fun game. 148 rushing yards for the Seattle Seahawks, the Pittsburgh Steelers. 323 passing yards for the Tampa Bay Bucks, and this is a team that I think is going to win the NFC South, especially if he's passing the ball like this. And this could be a fun matchup if we see it during the season between two really highly competitive teams that I think will both be pushing in the AFC and the NFC for maybe a division title and a conference title. Houston wins 24-17 against Minnesota. 41 New Orleans, LA Rams 7. 45-15 against Green Bay. You kind of, I keep saying you. That's not you. I forgot you gave up that team, but D-Money flexes his muscles to show that I don't care what team you get him, he's going to be pretty good. Cleveland Browns 27, Chicago Bears 41, Tennessee 20, Washington football team 13. What did you think about the first time you got to put your hands on the Washington football team?
It's nice to have a pass rush day one. Didn't have that last year. Chandler Jones did not get respect from EA last year, and that was nice. That said, Haskins kind of sucks, but we're gonna get there, or we're gonna figure it out.
So you don't think Haskins is going to be the long-term solution?
It's certainly up for discussion. I don't know who is going to be. That said, I'm not going to deal him until I know that I have some kind of backup plan that that isn't Ryan Fitzpatrick or Case Keenum. So
come on, you don't want Ryan Fitzpatrick throwing the rock for your team?
Maybe if maybe if you can
the answer is no.
If you can get that 6 games and stretch it out to an entire year,
Sure.
It's amazing.
Who did you bring over for an import for your team?
I brought over my DT.
That's right,
Bernstein. But I picked him initially whenever I was going to go to the Falcons, and now that I'm in Washington, roster's a little different.
Got a pretty loaded defensive line.
Yeah, so I've got one trade worked out with Ross to send Deron Payne down to Miami, get him, of course, Alabama. But
that's why no one will call me for my defensive tackles, because you're dealing them to everybody else.
There's a lot of teams that have defensive tackles this year.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. There were a lot of DT imports. Like I think Bill brought one. Mo.
I brought one. You brought one.
Yeah, you brought one as well. Mo brought one.
Oh.
So right now they're just a high supply, so I'm sure it'll
We
even
got
out
to
though.
No, it'll be interesting to see how these rosters kind of create themselves over the next couple of weeks here. Kansas City Chiefs come away with a 42-24 victory over the Bengals, so your buddy Penguins showing off over there. Denver with a 17-14 victory over the San Francisco 49ers, and then Dallas with a 30-3 victory over the Chargers. And Dwayne, man, with that roster is going to be something else to deal with. And then we're in the middle of week 2, and so not a whole lot to look at here, but the Philadelphia Eagles with a 34-18 victory over the Miami Dolphins. I think the Miami Dolphins are at least 1 year away from being able to rebuild and be able to do something that they can do. And so, but in a year, Ross is going to have that thing figured out. Buffalo Bills fall to the Atlanta Falcons 30-13. Minnesota falls to the Cincinnati Bengals 16-20. This looked like a high-scoring game. 48 Cleveland, 37 the Green Bay Packers, who you and I were talking about before we actually turned everything on. And Green Bay kind of loaded with quarterbacks. I'm not quite sure. I mean, look, I understand. That's not fair. I understand why he bought his quarterback over, because that guy was a Madden stud. But, man, now you've got a roster full of quarterbacks, even though you sent one to the Chicago Bears.
It's something that it sounds a lot better whenever you're talking about it as an idea than it does in reality. And sorry, Brady, I know you have a stud DT import that you brought over too, and I'm sure there's someone else I missed. But like I was saying,
we don't have these rosters memorized, Mr. Brady.
Yeah, there's a lot of imports and there's a lot of DT.
I'm sure you'll hear about it on the next OMFL news.
Oh, he's already in the comments. But what was I? Completely forgot what I was talking about. Oh,
we were talking
Priest.
about.
Yeah, it's one of those things that sounds a lot better as an idea than it does in reality. But the fact that he worked a trade with Smash, of all people, like Priest is not easy to trade with. You basically got to like
to say the least.
Yeah, you're basically throwing darts, and you got to get it right on the bullseye. And not only you're throwing darts in the dark, like with no idea where the board is, because Priest doesn't give you a whole lot to work off of. So it's the fact that Smash was the one who was able to hit the jackpot.
The hated Smash. All right, let's just say what we really want to say.
Like, I don't know how he did that, but that is incredibly impressive.
It goes to show you, when you need a player, what you will go through, the links that you will go through to be able to get the player.
But he's still got one more guy to go. I don't know if he's going to roll out a 2-quarterback package. I was joking that he was going to go a 3-quarterback package because I didn't expect him to work a trade before the start of the year. So I don't know. He's still got work to do, but he's at least off with
Mackie said you got to give him 4 first-round picks for a 54 overall guy. It's kind of true. But tell me if you have ever heard of a more Priest stat than the stat in this game. 4 interceptions between his quarterbacks, Worthington threw 3 of them, and then his receiver, I'm not even going to try the first name, St. Brown, 6 receptions, 262 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I mean, that is Priest's OMFL career in a nutshell. He will put up massive, crazy numbers, and he's also going to throw the ball to the wrong team like 50 billion times. The Jacksonville Jaguars come away with this first victory, 19-12. Brady is handed the worst roster. I mean, this is the new Dolphins. I mean, this is not a good roster, but look, if anybody can win with him, it's going to be Brady. He can build really great defense, and he'll find enough offense to be able to make things work. And, I won't be surprised if he makes the playoffs, even with that terrible roster.
He's at least got.
He's going to have a lot of money, though.
He's at least got some pieces there that profile well for him. Like, I was talking to him about DJ Shark, because he's like, even before last year, I loved him in Madden just because he's a freak.
No. if DJ Shark goes anywhere, it will be to the New Orleans Saints. Okay, that's already been worked out. That's set in stone. Or Brady will be finding a new league to play in.
Like it's guys like him, Josh Allen. Like he's got pieces there to put something together in the long run. It's gonna be a while. He's got his import too, of course. I can see him piecing it together at earliest next year, but he's gonna win some games for better or worse this season. It might cost him like a shot at a top quarterback, but he's too good of a player to not at least win 5 or 6 games, even with that roster.
The Dallas Cowboys absolutely demolished the Ravens. Lamar Jackson throws 4 interceptions on the day. And anytime Andy Dalton has the best QBR in the game, something has went haywire here. Pollard 10 for 52, Elliott 10 for 51. I don't know. Good luck, guys. I don't know what to tell you. This is not going to be a fun team to try to figure out how the hell you're going to stop him, because he plays amazing defense. He's going to run the ball right down your throat, and it's just going to be stupid. I mean, I don't know. It's just going to be crazy. Anthony Brown with 2 picks. Diggs had a pick.
Mikey wants you to go to the next game.
And it was each had a pick. So lots of picks in that game. And that one looked like it got away from me pretty badly. And then Seattle Seahawks with a 43-7 win over the Houston Texans. The Rams with a 27-17 win over the Chargers, which is a little shocking to me. Again, I know these are preseason, but I expected the Chargers to show me a little bit more than they have shown me. When you play these preseason games, is there a strategy? Is there something you refuse to do, something you will do? Kind of what is your point of playing we don't do them often, so maybe this is not a fair question, but when you do play them, what is your mindset going into that?
The way I've approached it is like the game is 0-0. I'm still trying to piece my roster together and see how things are going to play in Madden 21. So, I think I'm not the only one that has that perspective. So I think that's kind of why you're seeing some of these lopsided scores. That's why you're seeing a lot of picks, is because just trying stuff out and trying to make something work, trying to see what flows, what doesn't, what certain guys can get away with, so on and so forth.
I think the Buffalo Bills had a really great steal with their free agent draft with Geis. I think that guy has the potential to be a stud player anywhere on any team here.
Yeah, I was salty
but were there any other the free agencies that stuck out that you're like, ooh, that could be a player that could make a difference for that team?
To be completely honest, no. I'm sure there will be some impact players, but Geis was kind of he was on my roster, and so that was the one. I was sad.
Mackie told me that the Chargers haven't played a game. Well, that would be why they haven't played very well. Yeah, Brady, you and I talked about Shark, and you told me no. And I told you if you ever traded him, he's an LSU kid. You got to at least give me a yell and give me an opportunity to do that. It looks like
he didn't really give
time
me
to talk about some
a chance, just to be completely clear.
I don't think he's going to give anybody a chance. The guy's only got a couple of weapons on that team. The website is being redone right now. And so though I'm not ready to talk about the website just yet, I think you guys will like the new website. The forums will look a little bit different just because there's a new layout. They're going to be a little bit wider, and you'll be able to read them a little bit easier. So, but I'm not ready to talk about the website just yet. I got to finish the website. I guess I can give you guys a sneak peek. It's not like I got the website down. You can actually just go look at it yourself. But let's talk about the coaching staff idea that we came up with. And this was something that we seen our buddies over at Soda Bowl, they came up with. And I actually just glanced at what they did. Of course, I think I could put that amount of time in just the OMFL if that's all I did. And that's that's not all they do. That's not fair because he also runs the big Madden community. But I know that it's like a lot of hands on deck, and they do put a lot of energy and effort. And it's an amazing website and an amazing league. But they created coaching staffs, and so we started to think through. How can I do that? And so I started spitballing with the guys, and I started throwing around a really rough idea after I seen what Soden had done, and it seemed to catch on pretty quickly. And then I even asked Clyde to come in and give us some of his ideas. And out of all of those ideas was birthed what we did. And so I explained this on the last, not Press Pass Live, but the special announcement that came out where we talked about exactly how the coaching staff works. But we had some coaching staffs go off. This is kind of putting you on the spot again. We didn't have a big agenda. This is really it before we go and start talking about the mailbag, if there's anything in the mailbag. But anything kind of stick out here? Any teams that you're like, whoa, that could be a real difference maker? The one that really stuck out to me, of course, is our buddy Penguins with the Chiefs getting 2 strength and 3 awareness for a Kansas City Chiefs defense, defense that if you match it up with that unstoppable offense that he's got, that could be a pretty dangerous combination that he's got going there.
I haven't really had a chance to look at it and sit down and actually think about the impact, just because I've been trying to keep the post updated. But there were some really nice. I was really happy to get the +3 catch boost for my entire offense. And I know that Penguins had a nice one. There's some other I can't remember who it was, but that 4th row or 3rd row of guys had a lot of really what I thought were valuable boosts. I think one was +3 man, another one was +3 zone or +2 zone.
Yeah,
those are really valuable. Yeah, you got one of the you got the zone boost. That was my first choice, and I noticed that D Money had first posted on a lot of these coaches, and the average number of responses on any thread that D Money posted was 6. Just would not let him have what he wanted.
No, I mean you can't let him have. I don't know what just happened, but I got unplugged here. But you can't. You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Something weird went on with PlayStation. But yeah, you can't let D Money have anything he wants. That guy already is going to be.
I'm serious. Go look through the threads that he started. And it's
totally. Nope, I'm with you. People are like, nope, that's not going to happen.
Or it's D Money posted him. It must be good. Just throw as much as you can at it.
That could also very, very much be a thing. I think one of the things I find interesting is just to see where the money was spent. And there's a whole section of coaches here that really didn't get anything. It's those elite special position coaches. So John Gruden's got nothing.
Yeah, it's
Collins got nothing. Lincoln Riley, Debo Sweeney, and these guys got nothing.
I'm glad that we ended up
no bids at all.
Putting this kind of view together, because it kind of allows us to. I'm sure after this season, we're going to look at it and make adjustments, see
totally
what was valued, what wasn't. I mean, obviously, you can see all the high-level coaches are already are either bid on or closed. So that's obviously
even
highly
with
sought
you,
after.
right? You went for the Frank Wright, which was the 3 for the entire offense, but you could have instead of getting 3 for the entire offense, a team could have went out and got 3 for their entire receiving corps plus short route running, and nobody was like, nope, not interested.
Yeah, it's
so it's just funny to see where money was spent.
Yeah, for me, I want to involve my running backs, my tight ends.
Yeah, totally.
So that was why I made the decision I did on there. But I'm sure, ultimately, there's not that many people that involve Priest. I don't remember the last time I saw Priest hit a running back.
Yeah.
Sorry, Priest. I know I'm going after him a lot. So.
You're getting on Priest a lot.
Yeah,
today.
I'll pick on someone else.
The Bills, the Texans, and the Bucks went after the normal coaches where they just got +2 for something. and they spent a lot of money on them. I mean, you got the Panthers down here. He spent 14 points on a +1. I just found that really, really interesting to see where teams decided to spend their money.
Yeah.
And so there's only a couple of open bids. I think it will be a fun thing, though, for our league, and hopefully it catches on, and hopefully people enjoy it.
I thought it was a good idea. It's cool. It's a fun way to add engagement and kind of scheme to your roster even more than what we already have allows.
Totally. Let's see if I can figure out how to refresh this thing. There we go. Refresh it. All right, we're going to move over to some mailbag. Again, this is going to be a pretty short show because it's just not a whole lot to talk about. And I can also give you a sneak peek of what the website looks like. But again, it's not a real sneak peek because you guys can just go to it right now. It is not finished. As you can see, it's loading a little slow. I haven't figured that part out. It's going to take me some while to probably figure some of that out. And so we'll dive into the mailbag and see exactly what we got here. And it looks like we don't have anything new. This was all stuff from last week whenever I did Press Pass Live. So nothing new here. Overall, I think we're in a really good spot. Teams are starting to plug back in. Guys are starting to wake up. I know this weekend people had some plans, and so a lot of coaches are out and about and kind of doing their thing this weekend, which is cool. But I think we're all itching, ready, and
yeah, I think that the first round,
a nice break.
The first round of real games is going to make people come back.
Nope, I absolutely agree with you, and think that will be super, super interesting. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna sneak peek the website, and I forgot to do so. So let me go do that now. Maybe Madden isn't frozen. Oh, and I just got the blue screen of death. That's perfect. That's just a perfect way to end Press Pass Live. I am going to go reload this and then get over to... I have no clue why I just did that. I haven't had the blue screen of death in a long time. Oh, look. It just loaded Madden right back up. Okay. Let me show the website right here, and then I'll get some closing thoughts from you, and then we'll wrap it up. What's up, Ross? It's good to see the chat all live and in action. Let me go ahead and put everybody back up so you guys can see the chat. Again, a couple of months ago, I purchased a new theme for our website, and had been waiting for the proper time to go ahead and give it a load up. And honestly, I thought this hurricane, which it probably is still going to hit us, was going to hit us directly head on. And so I was like, might as well do it now. I'm not going to have anything else to do for the next 3 days, but right out of hurricane. And then dummy me went ahead and started the process, and like normal, I can't start something and not finish it. So now it's driving me nuts that it's not 100% finished, but it is a much cleaner lookout. It's just going to be a whole lot cleaner the way you look at it, that you can read stuff. It's got a really cool like news section at the very top that kind of catches your eye whenever you log in with all the newest articles that have been posted, and posting articles will be a whole lot easier and cleaner. And then each league here is going to have their own section. And so there's an OMFL section, a TFL section, the Deuce. I could go through all of them, but there will be a section for each of them. And of course, grownfolks.tv right there in the middle. So I'm not going to add back all of them because some of those categories, I was the only one that made content for them, and I haven't made content in a while, like the golf league or the wrestling league that isn't anymore right now. So if you see something that's not here, but you're like, man, I'll make content for that, like tell me, and I'll add a block for it. But right now, the front page is almost completely done, and then there's just like some cleanup things that I need to do as I start working on this slowly. But I like it. It's clean. It looks really good, and I hope that you guys like it as well. And I'm also going to slowly, over the next couple of months, remake all of the rules videos, remake all the OMFL videos, grown folks videos. I updated all the graphics today for YouTube and for Twitch, and so if you go there, you'll see the same graphics that we use here on the overlay. And so it should be pretty fun. I hope that you guys like it, and I hope that it works well. Closing thoughts. Season 92. It's here. Almost, sort of. It's preseason. But what are you feeling about Madden Season 92, the OMFL, the website, the coaching staffs, weather? I don't care. What do you think?
I gotta say I like the color scheme on the website. I think the way it was before wasn't bad, but this is just a little more visually appealing and kind of it just flows together well. So well done on that. Thanks for all the hard work you put in. I never coded online, but can't imagine that it's easy. But
if I can do it, anybody can figure it out. you, what did you say that you did for a living? Some like you're solving world hunger and making finances or something like that.
Not quite. Private equity fund accounting is no.
There we go.
We're not.
Just the name makes me break out into hives. So I'm pretty sure you can figure this out too.
I appreciate that, but I've played 3 games on Madden 21, and I think that it's felt good. I've seen that they were aiming to have some sort of regression model put out by November, which will hopefully be the end of season 2 for us.
Yeah, I hope so.
And that will hopefully kind of rein in the problem that we had last year of having just way too many superstars. So I'm really interested to see how that comes. Because that's just going to be a huge part of this Madden. If we don't get that in time, or if it's not enough, then we're going to have to do something like last year, where we did our own model.
God,
I don't want to open that can of worms. I really don't want to touch that.
People were so angry all the time. All of you were all angry.
But they were angry when we took away superstars, but then they were angry when there were too many superstars and it ruined the game.
Yeah.
It's like, homie, I get it. You don't want superstars gone, but the game is unplayable. You got to do what you got to do, and that affects everyone. It just doesn't mean that we take away everyone's superstars except for yours. It's like we all got hit by it. But I'm gonna stop talking about that because it just makes me mad. But overall, the gameplay in Madden 21 has felt good to me. I'm excited. I think that it's in a good spot. It's largely the same as last year, but it just feels better. I don't know if that's because we hit the reset button on superstars and we're back on base rosters. I don't know if it's because of that. I don't know if they actually did anything to make it better. But I like where it's at. I've had fun. It's not perfect. No Madden ever is. No Madden ever will be. But I like it. It's I've had a lot more fun these last 3 games than I ever did at any point in the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it too. I think it's a really fun game. Not a perfect game, like you said, not by any means, but I do think, I do think it's a really good game. And yeah, it has its flaws and it's buggy and they got to work some things out. But bro, it's been COVID. I don't care what anybody says. It's been COVID for 6 months, and that's affected every human on the planet. And so, just the fact that we even have a game is whatever.
Yeah,
I mean, it's easy to hate, and it's like an easy thing to do. But
they've got an aggressive timeline
as
is, in a normal year, and yeah, like you said, the fact that they're able to pump the game out is what it is. It's not gonna be perfect, but we have it, so we're gonna make it work.
Oh, totally. Well, one thing before we do get out of here, if I can put all my words together, man, guys are going off in chat. Matt, want to be super improved. Yeah, they might. I don't know that I agree that Madden 21 for PlayStation 4 was thrown together. I mean, I guess it's. I don't know. I guess that's an argument that can be had.
No, they put a lot of this game together before things went to shit. The most of Madden 21. You see that whenever there was the fixed Madden franchise thing, by the time that popped off, Madden 21 was already finished. So,
Yeah, totally.
So with that said, it's kind of, they can use COVID as an excuse. It's not that much of an excuse, but I'm sure that it's affected, post-release patches and things like that.
The one thing they get out of here, and then I'll read the chat one more time, and then we'll really get out of here. Please change your avatars. I've made them all. And so I've got these, which I don't really love. I would probably redo them. When I get time, I'll redo them. These are the ones that came out super sick, I think. And these are the ones with the overlay of your team on them. I love these. I think the colors pop. I just think they look really good. I love our new logo. I just think it's a more professional,
Definitely.
it looks like a legit, league logo, and not as cartoony as maybe. I loved our old logos. It's not that I didn't love our old logo. I like this one a lot better. So anyway, please go change these. You just got to come here and right click it, save it.
That Chargers one looks really good.
Man, I think I like the Giants one looks really good. The Buffalo one pops.
The Cardinals one looks nice just because it kind of, I don't know, like a lot of the main parts of the actual logo kind of mesh with the letters.
I love the Steelers and the Raiders, just that black. I love the Vikings. That purple looks really good. The Lions one came out super, super cool. This one came out pretty cool. The Dolphins one's probably my favorite one. I mean, it's just got great colors in there. Tennessee Titans have great colors. Even the Patriots with that red logo came out really, really good. So a lot of cool logos. The Chiefs one, like you said, it came out super cool. So anyway, go check those out. And then if you want a new banner like these that I made here for the Vikings and you just got to let me know and I can work on it. I just put our stadiums in the background with some Madden cutouts of our team's players and then the information. So anyway, let me know if you want that, but you have to go change those avatars because it is jacking my little brain up when I read Atlanta Falcons, but I see a Tampa Bay Bucks logo or whatever the combination is, and I'm like, wait, what? It's just, I think 12 of y'all moved this off season, so it's just too hard to keep up with. So anyway, go check out the new website. It is still a work in progress. Update your avatars and continue to play your games. And I think the next time we come together, we'll just be starting season 1, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do I have the math right?
Do we want to get a little more aggressive? No.
I would if I felt like everybody was. If I felt we're in week 2. If everybody was all the way back plugged in, I'd say, yeah, let's hit the gas and let's get there.
I'm not gonna lie. Like at first, I didn't like how long but it's definitely been a good thing for me.
I think it's been a good thing for a lot of people
because I've been able to kind of, plug back in and like. I didn't play a bunch of games before this. Like I said, I've played 3, and this kind of allows me to.
Totally warm up, and that's what I didn't want. I didn't want guys to lose their season the first 3 weeks, and then the game the bugs aren't fully worked out. They're still working on some things. It gives us a chance to get the rosters right. So yeah, I just think for season 1, it's just a smart thing.
Yeah, resisting the urge at least for a little while is definitely a good thing.
Because when it pumps up, it's going to pump up, and we'll be rolling. We'll be rolling pretty quickly. Maniac, we are trying to wait on you. And you were in the OMFL news, which if you didn't get to see, you should go check it out because it's pretty funny. Brady's got a mouth on him. He's a little potty mouth.
I love that. I love that addition. All
right, Rob, I think we're going to wrap it up, man. Any last closing comments before we get out of here?
No, I think I've rambled already. I'll spare you.
No, man, I appreciate you being here. The chat was on fire tonight. Thank you guys for being here. Hopefully Brady will be able to stick with me. I know COVID has caused him to not be able to be the next rising star actor and basketball coach and everything else that poor Brady does. But as long as Brady can keep doing the OMFL news, that will continue to be a part of what we do here, and hope that you guys enjoy all the new additions. And then hopefully here soon we'll have a bunch of new additions that'll keep coming out as we progress. We'll be fully blow, everything will be rocking and rolling by the time we get to the end of September, the middle of October, somewhere in there. So guys, it's been a great week. Thank you so much for helping me. You don't have to super condense some Brady. I mean, it's just a little bit, just a little condensing. I'd rather have like 7 or 8 15 to 30 second comments than 4-minute comments.
It's kind of, I don't know, like, it allowed most people to get in. Well, like, not all.
Oh, totally.
But
like I told Brady though, I like having them within 5 or 6 minutes, and then it can replay. Because if it's just one shot and then you log on 3 minutes late, you've missed maybe a couple of them, right? And so if you keep it around 5 minutes, I can replay it twice, and then if you missed it, you can recatch it again. Whereas if it's 10 minutes and you missed it, I ain't waiting 20 minutes. That's a little too long to be waiting around.
So. Don't use all your bullets weeks 1 and 2, Brady.
Brady sounds like he's got a lot of bullets already loaded up, and I told him exactly what to do week 1, but week 2 I just gave him some topics and he ran with it. So it should be fun to see what else Brady comes up with, and it'll be fun. So
Smack
check
Talk
out all the new
is
stuff.
Something Brady is never short on. So
never ever short on. Like he says, it is 20 seconds of the news. Totally, Mackie. Totally. Like anything that gets Mackie involved and plugged in, I'm for it. So I guess Brady just keep cussing. So guys, have a really great rest of your week. God bless you. If I go MIA for a little bit, it's because of this stupid storm, but I'll be back as soon as the storm gets through and it allows me to be back. And if you got any additions or comments or things that you want to see on the website, just hit me up and we'll make sure that they happen. So for Rob, for all the leadership here in the OMFL, we thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. God bless you. Peace.